Often parents will be quite reluctant to utilize a residential program. They may be concerned that their teen will experience it as betrayal, rejection, or abandonment. It will expose their teen to other negative teens. The programs will be harsh and dangerous, or it will be too expensive. Programs are generally strength-based and use approaches that have been tested and proven to be therapeutic. Programs actively involve parents in their teens' recovery through regular and active therapeutic communication and on-site parent weekend. Placement in a therapeutic program is not rejection or abandonment. It's an investment in a better outcome, and it shows the true commitment parents have to their teen. If you are considering a placement and are concerned about the cost, speak with an educational placement consultant who can look into scholarships and insurance reimbursement. Luke. Let's look at a BPC situation with Luke, age 16, and the two possible ways to proceed toward resolution. Luke's mother and father had a volatile marriage and divorced about 5 years ago. Luke lives with his mother and a stepfather, and part of the time with his 11-year-old stepbrother. Luke's father lives about an hour away, and after the divorce would see Luke every other weekend, on holidays, and several weeks in the summer. Luke's mother has felt undermined by Luke's father, who thinks she is too strict and would set few limits for him. Luke and his father used to go motocross riding together, and Luke even competed for a year, but their passion for it eventually waned. As Luke got older, he went to his father's house less and less, and their relationship dropped off. Luke has always resented his mother for being too strict and blames her for the divorce. He's never accepted his mother's new husband, even though his stepfather tried to reach out to Luke. Luke has never been kind toward his stepbrother Sean, who looks up to him and seeks his approval. Luke's mother has alternated between feeling guilty and protective of Luke and feeling frustrated and angry. She has felt responsible for his situation and has not wanted to come down too hard on him. More and more, Luke wants only to skateboard and hang out with his skater friend. Up until this year, Luke's mom had been able to keep him more or less on track. When he fell behind in school, she would ground him until he was caught up. Although she knew he sometimes drank and smoked cigarettes and pot, she hoped to keep it from getting out of hand. Whenever he was caught, she ground him, and he usually shaped up for a while. His attitude would improve, and he would even be nicer to Sean and play video games with him. However, after a while, things would slide back to how they were before, and he would do something else wrong. Late in the first semester of Luke's junior year, his mother found out he was failing most of his classes. She had backed off trying to manage Luke's homework schedule because he objected so much, and it no longer seemed appropriate given his age. During our counseling session, she explained that, frankly, she was exhausted from the battles day and night. It turned out that Luke was skipping school and had done few of his assignments, so the school was recommending that he go to an alternative high school for students not able to manage the structure or homework of a mainstream high school. But Luke's mother was against this because she knew he was able to do the work, and she didn't want to give Luke more time to get into trouble. Luke, on the other hand, wanted to go to the alternative school because he had some friends there, could get out of school by noon, and wouldn't have homework. The school recommended counseling to help the family make a decision, but the principal made it clear that he didn't want Luke back unless he was committed to going to all his classes and doing his work. When I met with Luke and his mother, Luke was clearly unhappy about being there. He made no eye contact with me, responded to my handshake weakly, and moved around with angry gesture. His dress was typical of many skaters: baggy pants, a black leather jacket, lots of chains, and a wool cap. May, Luke's mother, was a pleasant woman and was obviously embarrassed by her son's behavior. She told me that he was not usually like this, but he really didn't want to be there. I told May that it is common for kids to not want to be in counseling and not to worry about it. Luke replied to my questions with grunts of, "I don't know, fine, alright, or I guess so." I acknowledged that he wasn't up for engaging right now and went on to discuss the reason for the visit with May.